Hey fellow drivers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive. Episode 25, Back into the Deep. So, I think I'm going to spend a second to figure out, what I need to do to get this lovely little car rolling, because it's easy to forget after a month. Let's see, status monitor says we're pretty good there. Tracking says we have a required diagnostic. All right. Don't know what that would be. We can guess at it, but I haven't noticed anything that would be worrisome about the performance of the car. Giving it a good look over, just to make sure that there are no parts that are obviously broken. Where did this wind turbine come from? Is this, why is it... I don't remember grabbing this. I found this one? Okay, yeah, I mean, it has the symbol that it was, found and not made. But it actually looks like the car is kind of ready to go. So, I can return through the gateway to the deep zone, but before I do that, let's hit up the dumpster. Oh, you know what's funny? I never actually opened this door, ever. So, that's the first time I've ever opened that. Yes, the dumpster full of chemicals and pearls. Man, this storm is really loud, and I have a sore throat. It is trying to compete with me in the head. We got a lot of glass, and let's go ahead and shred this. You thought this story would not reach a conclusion? Alas, I had mercy on it and decided to mercifully conclude it. Hopefully tonight. That's what I'm going to be working towards. Okay, I'm not manually cleaning that up. Vacuum will do. I don't even want the bat symbol. He shoots, and he... misses for the ntth time. Yes, yes indeed. So for better or for worse, I am probably going to be making an effort just to sort of complete the story. Not at the cost of blowing through everything, but definitely pushing along quickly. The dumpster gave me pearls, or the dumpster pearl gave me putty. Man, words. So, repairing lightning rods and stuff. There we go. So let's plan the next one. Looks like the hand vac, the thermal vac I have, is a little worse for wear. I might want a new one. I'm even just gonna destroy this one. Alright, there we go. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm a little confused. That's a spare that I had in my hands. What am I missing? Scrapper, thermal? No, I'm not really missing anything. Okay, whatever. So let's blend this before I get even more confused. So it wants me to go back into the deep zone to explore the deep zone. If we take a look at the mission here, return through a deep zone gateway to chart new roads. So that is going to be our priority. Head into the deep. And what I would like to do is head somewhere where I can spend a little bit of time to sort of analyze the conditions and everything in there. So let's see. Unfortunately, there's 3 dead ends in the deep zone, so can't really go there without, kind of death. So we'll maybe head to... These are really, really bad. That's unfortunate. Maybe what I'll do is head here. We don't have the bypass yet, so I'm going to reroll F1, make it a little bit more stable, hopefully. Yeah, perpetual stability, perfect. So we'll go F1, B1, and then the train station. The train station has a devil's grinder, something that's unrecognized, a resource that is unrecognized, and an explosive unrecognized. It has low material. I'm going to try to reroll this one more time. It's a bit risky because it could get worse. Okay, it's an anchor party, which is awesome. An anchor party means that there's lots of anchors there, so that's a huge boon. And it has a lot more resources. It is exhausting explosives, but, like, I'll take it. That's great. That worked out quite well. So, let's get to it. I'm probably, let's take a quick look at the research before I go anywhere. I probably don't really need to spend too much time getting unstable energy. Ooh, actually, you know what? I can craft a junction bypass. Let's do that. So junction bypass, yeah, ooh, I'm going the wrong way. Allows you to sort of skip areas, which when you're going into the deep zone saves you a lot of time, energy, effort, danger, etc. So that's awesome. So what else do I got here? I would need a lot more marsh eggs for the repair station. I don't have limb chips yet, but I can unlock the recipe for limb chips. So limb chips are sort of the material that you can craft, which is like the end game material for the strongest tech. Would be the very quick TLDR. Much the way that you can craft gears and plates and everything else. There is a new update that I think came out today, which introduces some new skins. So I also ought to go to the pneumatic tube to get those, I think. And don't forget the free electronics aside. True. Yeah, here's the new skins. Year of the Dragon and Sarcophagus. So let's try the Year of the Dragon. Ooh, that's nice looking. Might need to give this a new paint job too, because the current color doesn't make the dragon pop as much. I could either go black or like red. I don't know. What do you guys think? Black or red? It's a very elegant skin. How much room do I have? Oh god, not a lot. Maybe crimson. Yeah, I'll do crimson. Unless you guys have another idea. Put this away. We'll put that away. Throw this out. Put that away. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, whoops. Misclicked. There we go. Anything black? Alright. I can get behind that. Not crimson? Okay, buy crimson paint. I tried for you. It did not work out. Yeah, that might have been a good choice. Okay, come on. I need a paint booth. Clearly. Looks... Oh, I missed a piece. Looks nice. Okay, I think I am just about all set. Just got to tidy this up, or Oppie will be upset with me. So I still have other research potentially to do. Personal bag or stiff shirts I could always make. Anti-static gloves. Anti-theft backpacks. Yeah, so there's like a lot of like personal equipment. But I did just make the large backpack, so that covers a lot of what I'd want to do anyway for personal equipment. That's a big one. So looking at whatever remaining, I have unstable energy, corrupt energy, and stable energy. So let's see. The better antenna requires circuit boards and limb magnets. I think it might be worth loading up scrap metal into the car so I can make more limb magnets. Because the advanced antenna is really nice to have. And that's probably the last thing in garage that I think is really nice to have. In terms of tools, the Olympium torch and the magnetic hammer are nice to have as well. The magnetic hammer, I would say, is more important. So I'm going to grab one of those. I don't think I have the materials to make one, though, but we'll see. Mag hammer. Oh, I can. Okay. Perfect. So now I have a mag hammer instead of a regular impact hammer. So I'm going to shred my old impact hammer in lieu of a the magnetic hammer. Magnetic hammer is considerably stronger and really good for harvesting resources in the deep zone. The torch probably I don't really need, so I'm going to hold on to my corrupt energy instead. Headlights, not a real big deal. I mean, I think maybe reinforced headlights would be nice, but it's not all that important in the scheme of things. Same with armor. There's not a lot of armor I want left. The armored panels are a lot more affordable. There is these Olympium bumpers, but I haven't scanned a Radiant Dredge yet, so I can't get those anyway. Personally, I prefer off-road tires to all-terrain tires. All-terrain tires work better on the road than off-road tires, but I off-road more than on-road. They have a little bit more HP, but they're more expensive to craft, so I usually avoid those. There is the advanced trunk. Augmented trunk storage. So let's do one of those. Let's whip up 8 carbon fiberglass and get the super duper trunk if I have the materials for the glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the biggest storage that you can have inside of your trunk. You know, trunk in a trunk. So lots of good room here. For whatever you need. There, now I have tons of extra storage. No issue there. And that would be all of the car storage mods. I haven't done anything with fuel. I might as well just start to get some of these blueprints if I ever want them, because they cost stable energy. Now, the other thing I could do with my stable energy is to try to diagnose the quirk I have. Maybe that's a better use of it. Yeah. Because there's not much else. I could also go for the better engines, but I will say the better engines are very poor fuel efficiency, except for the electric engine, and the electric engine runs out of fuel constantly. So I feel like they're bad investments, to be honest. Alright, so I'm going to take a hint here. So it's a rear left door trigger. Alright. So let's see here. The trunk popped up. Okay. Got it. Rear left door is opened. Well, let's see if it does the same trunk over and over, because it just could be any door. No, it's the trunk twice in a row. Okay, I think that's probably our culprit. Rear left door is opened, and then the trunk opens. Oh. The rear left door is closed, the trunk opens. Yes. And there we go. Good guess. And fix it with mechanics kit? No problem. Resolved. Gonna whip up one more mechanic kit to to replace the one we just used. Never mind, because I have them in storage. Oh, wrong storage. Have them in storage. It's too bad it doesn't draw from your storage before it draws from your car. And then, if I am not mistaken... Yeah, this is empty. We are all set to go. So I'm going to use the junction bypass for the first time, which will save me a lot of time and that will be fun. It looks like the front left headlight's a little dinged up, but probably not enough to matter. Ooh, good tunes. And I'm still having to, like, remember the controls here. I think I got them. How am I doing tonight? Pretty good. So here's how to use a junction bypass. Instead of selecting F1, I can just, like, B1. Boom. Bypassed. And what ends up happening when we do that is we get 2 bypass zones in a row, which are just like straight shots to the exit. So you still have to do a considerable amount of driving. It doesn't spare you from the driving bits, but it's a pretty big shortcut. Oh, I forgot the scrap. Yeah, I always do. Luckily, I don't think I really need the electronics. If I need more, I think I was low on copper wires, if memory serves, but like I can just scrap light bulbs for that. Meaning, if I ever see light bulbs out and about. Whoops. I've not driven in a while, and it shows. Trying to do pings for the truck or other that we want. Huh, I don't see any. Oh, you meant for limb magnets? Ah, yes, I did forget that. I mean, I could always get scrap the old-fashioned way if I was really hoping for limb magnets. But I have so much scrap back in my base that was unfortunate to forget about. Okay, I've exported the error logs. Oh, man. I think it's bad drivers or something. I'm not exactly sure. But whatever the case is, it sucks. So... good. We're picking up where we left off, which is just leaving for the new zone. Alright. I don't, however, have any of the stuff that should be running in the background running right now. So I'm going to try to get all the streaming software, because I computer crash, like, rebooted. Levels have crashed. A prayer to fix the computer? Thank you. It's cursed. Computer's haunted and needs Eldritch Guards to purge the ghosts. So if you're wondering why I'm driving poorly, it is because I'm, like, hitting the gas, tapping out, and then, like, getting all my streaming software running. Multitask. Yeah, I should pay some stable energy to fix my computer. Alright. Is it gonna crash again? Oh, this is a crude panel. I don't even want it. Oh, what the hell? No, no, get off my car. Broken bunny. Be gone. You stay over there. It's like it never happened, right? Oh, we have an Arta truck. So yeah, if I wanted to get scrap metal, Arta trucks are probably a pretty good place to go, because there tends to be a lot of stuff in them. 7 scrap metal? I mean, it's a start. I was hoping for more pieces that I could shred. Oh well. So the biggest issue with using bypasses is that you won't have the opportunity to get anchor energy, which can make it tricky for you to extract if you go to the last zone and don't have the anchor energy to actually get out. So the bypasses are great, but just make sure that you're using them wisely, because if you bypass your way into the last area, and the last area is like horrifyingly hard, you're still going to have to either fight your way through the last area as best as you can, trying to obtain all the resources that you need, or die. So bypasses are great, but you gotta use them wisely, like I said. Because there's not going to be anchors on the highways. So if you look at the route map here, we just got to F1 and we're heading to B1. So I'm going to essentially start my run at B1, which is the power of the bypass. It does mean that all the resources and everything that I could have gotten from zone hopping into the deep zone are forfeit, but saves a hell of a lot of time. Plus, the highways are generally much safer than going into a real zone. I'm gonna back up a sec. We've got a box truck. I also wouldn't mind siphoning some gas from it. For those that have played, like, I almost never, unless it's severe fuel consumption conditions, like evaporative conditions, I just don't find myself in situations where I need to, like, I'm hurting for gasoline. Have you guys noticed the same thing? Like, just gasoline is just not a thing that you're just like, oh no, I'm out of. Because it never really happens to me, at least. When I crashed, I was shredding steel doors, so I'm like mentally wincing every time I do it now. Yeah, you find gasoline is just plentiful, kind of like everywhere. There are some cases where that isn't true. I mean, it's not that the gas isn't, but you can have, you know, evaporative conditions where your gasoline just like goes poof. Or I guess you can have really inefficient engines. you know, the really souped up ones with high horsepower burn horribly, and they waste gas, I suppose. Don't touch me. So now we're one jump away from the deep zone. So I am right now... No second chances is not recognized. I think it means if I die here, there's no ghost. Well, sometimes it's possible to find and retrieve things lost after a near-death emergency return. You won't be able to do here. Okay. So, if I die here, I'm very dead. Got it. What were the resources here? Extremely high resources. Cool. So there should be a lot of twisted ember for tree candy and sap compressors. There's also a condition that is unrecognized. Hitting the ramps, does it provide any benefit? No, not really. In fact, it does the opposite, I would argue. It's very hard to hit those ramps and not, like, break your windshield and stuff like that. They just do a lot of damage. I feel like I just smashed a gumball machine. That was a lot of thermosap crystals in that thing. Holy moly. I wasn't actually hurting for thermosap crystals, but the fact that I just got 26 from one compressor seems almost absurd. In a good way. And then this high wind is certainly going to allow me to charge the batteries really easily, which is nice. Yeah, the mag hammer works really well on crystals. Oh, sweet. There's also a lovely heart here. Or whatever it's called. What were they called again? Beating heart, yeah. Well, now that headlight that was damaged is better. That tiny little tree was perfectly blocking sight to the anchor. I do find it interesting, and I realize that like Oppie made the dock here, but I find it funny that when you grab the anchors, it like triggers a bunch of anomalies and it's irradiating, and then you shove it into your car. Quirk bunnies. There's just something really funny about that to me. I have my limb shield on, like, constantly now. Because everything around me is trying to kill me. Oh, interesting. It's a corrupted anchor, not even a stable one. That'll happen from time to time. You'll get the next tier anchor in a zone, in the easier zone. It's not, there's no reliable method to know that that's going to happen to you, but it does happen from time to time. Very welcome. I like when that happens. I'm just going to leave my limb shield on. I seem to have plenty of power, so why turn it off? There's a bunch of trees up ahead. I'm not certain I'll vacuum it. Oh, that's that looks safe. What is going on there? So this is the anomaly I hadn't known about, which is a spike puddle. And this is my limb shield going, ow, ow, ow. What the hell? Can you let go of me? Thank you. That was my limb shield protecting me from a barrel, which is funny. It's like, whoa, barrel, that's an anomaly. So where were the trees? There's an artichoke that way. Oh, I just passed them. Okay, let's maybe not waste. Oh, what the hell? A dumpster just teleported in on me. Alright. I'll bite. Hey, dumpster, I could use scrap metal. You got any of that? No. Come on, scrap metal. Oh, there we go! Scrap metal and a flare gun. I wonder. Yeah, that's probably a little bit easier. Alright, I'm gonna go kill some tourists. No, don't throw the flare. Shoot the flare. Pew! This thing has an unnatural level of lack of bullet drop. I kind of like it. No, stop it. The wind kind of died on me here. Oh no, the car is still fine battery-wise. That's nice. Do I stop for a squire? Sure. At some point, I'm gonna need to sort of beeline to the finish, story-wise, because I'd like to finish the game tonight, so that there's a conclusion for you all. And if I keep stopping constantly, I'm either in for a very long night or a second stream. Oh god. I'm glad I have my limb shield up. I don't think I've ever seen that many at once. They really wanted to grab me. Oh boy. A lot of stuff. I've been mostly leaving the paints and decals behind because I don't have any more storage space for them and I just can't be bothered to continue collecting them if I... This just gives me one more thing to shred. Unless I need like chemicals and plastics and paint. Or chemicals, plastics, and fabric. There's not much point grabbing them. Alright, we're almost out of here. Next up is the deep zone. So, I'm wondering if you guys can guess what these spike puddles do. I'm pretty sure you all can guess without me having to run into one. Luckily, they glow really brightly, even at night, so they're a little bit easier to see than some of the other anomalies. They shed my roof storage? Yeah, if I'm upside down and sliding, I suppose they might. Alright. Here we go. There's a zone receiver in here, and then there is an unrecognized anomaly and an unrecognized resource. So I am looking for all three. It's an anchor party, and there only seems to be 3 anchors. I'm not sure they realize what a party means. I'm very eager to find the new resource, though. And also limb magnetizer thingies. That'd be nice. So I'm going to head over here, because this is one of them. The deep zone is freaky, yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? Take my scrap. That's a lot of fuel. Let's fuel up. I vaguely remember saying that I was, low on, oh, what am I doing? This is not how to fuel. I was low on copper wires, so I can get copper wires from the light bulbs. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was really low on fuel. I think the car is still running now, so it's not like I'm really doing myself a lot of favors. I kind of want to see what's in that pneumatic tube before I take off. There's a lot of nasty around here. Holy moly. Oh, notes. Lab notes. Where are we going next? Let's go to the zone receiver. And be looking for rare resources. I'm also just gonna leave the limb shield on so I can't get abducted or bubblegum bodied. Oh wow, that's a big old purple. I might come out of this with more repairing than I entered, because I'm getting so much putty. Yeah, the bubblegum buddies are like grappler little floating weirdos that steal your stuff.
Of the witnesses to the CRM disaster that are still alive, most aren't willing to speak to me. The one eyewitness account remains the most damning report of what happened.
Meet Lou Arganza. She was 9 when she last saw her parents alive. You were born in the zone?
Yes. Born and raised in Sierra Town until it wasn't a town anymore.
Lou was evacuated from the zone on February 13th, 1973. Can you share what you remember from that day?
Sure. I was at a week-long wilderness camp. This yearly thing my elementary school would put on. They'd throw the kids into the woods, show us how to pick apart animal droppings, sketch birds, things like that. It was my favorite thing as a kid. But that year, I really didn't want to go. Something called the Limb Fair was coming to Sierra, and I begged my dad to let me stay. He told me I could see it the following year. Well, that obviously didn't happen.
I think the tapes ended prematurely, but this is one of the rare resources that you end up finding in the deep zone, which is Olympium veins. To get Olympium fragments, which is unlock some of the nicest things that you can have, and you can technically get it with a regular impact hammer, but the collection rate for regular impact hammers suck. So getting a mag hammer is very nice to get these Olympium frags. So I just picked up 17 of them. Alright, I'm going to double back a little bit, trying to get over to this energy source over yonder. There's a box truck. I'll stop for it. But yeah, that's the symbol that there was. So in the route map here, it's the second one on the right from the top, which is the Olympium vein. So there's still an unrecognized anomaly that I have not yet scanned. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll keep an eye out. Oh, even more big pearls. Game's like, oh, I hear you like pearls. So it keeps giving me the big ones. I'm not sure how to get over to this other point of interest. Maybe up? I don't think it's going to be through the train station. Oh, just over this way? Yeah, okay, duh. There's a road over here. Fuel? Yeah, next car on the side of the road I find, I'll grab fuel from. I do have a large can in the trunk, which would bail me out of a bad situation, but yeah, maybe I'll refuel off of this Squire over here. Squires. Hey Draco, thank you for the resub. So the barrels on the side of the road have very little fuel compared to what is in the gas tanks of cars, which is why I skipped them. Because you have to go to like 3 barrels for 1 car, and I'd rather do 1 car than 3 barrels. Right? It saves me time. I try to play time efficient. Especially considering that the longer you spend out here, the more you're going to do wear and tear to your car on average. And then on top of that, your batteries run out, run down, so on and so forth. So there's definitely a reason to be efficient, especially in difficult zones. Haha, you can't grapple me. Is my car fixed? Yeah, my car is completely repaired. This bar right in the middle of the screen, is the health meter, and then any part over here that is darkened is damaged. I have a completely undamaged car. Come on, grab it. Ow. Although that might change. We're getting, actually, I want to scan one of these. Come back. Aww. Well, that anomaly will have to remain a mystery for now. I mean, I know what it is, but I wanted to scan it. And yeah, you're glued to your own car, if that's what you're asking. Your car is not even a car; it's like a that gets to become a complicated description, but it's a remnant. It's like a ghost car that is bound to you. I don't know. And it can teleport, and jump around, and you're nearly functionally immortal when you're with it. So, just any old car won't do. It has to be this one. I haven't seen any new Olympian veins. Those are the ones I hit up originally on the left there. Hope to find some new veins before having to bail out of here.
Francis, I don't know if you're listening. A while ago, you asked me why I cared so much about the remnants. It's because I saw Alan the night of the accident, during the mass hallucination. Except, I'm not sure it was a hallucination. We had a tradition. When we were both working late, he'd swing by my lab for a coffee break at some ungodly hour. That night, he visited. We talked. Coffee burnt my tongue. Nothing out of the ordinary. Seconds later, the gamma ray surge swept through the facility, and the roof caved in. I looked for him in the aftermath. I couldn't find him anywhere, because he hadn't been in my lab. He was ground zero at the accident site, miles away in the deep zone. But I saw him, touched him, smelled his cologne. He was there. Possibly there. More than a hallucination.
You never reported that? Admit to Arda that I communed with my husband's ghost. When they were already looking for ways to push me out, not a chance. I gave them my technology and my home,
But I'd be goddamn before I let anything destroy my professional credibility.
And this remnant.
It's my last chance to know if what I saw was true. If it came from the well, or if it was all in my head. The things we spoke of. Things I couldn't have made up. Never mind. I know how it sounds.
Like you've seen a ghost.
Alright, let's line up for a gateway out of here. Unless I find more resources, but I don't really see any. I also didn't end up finding the anomaly that I
Good
haven't
news.
scanned.
I can replicate Alan's suppression method. We'll stand some chance of halting the gamma ray burst from the well. 30 years later, my late husband still manages to impress. They're figuring out how to keep you alive once the reaction gets going, however. That's harder. But I have an idea. Francis, I need your ear.
Go on.
We know that as soon as the car gets to the well, the trigger will be instant. Once this remnant expends its energy, gamma radiation will erupt from the well, and the driver will be at ground zero taking the worst of it.
But can we activate the gateway as soon as they make contact?
It's tricky. Too early, and we may interrupt whatever reaction process the Remnant carries out. Too late, and it's bad news for the driver. There's too many unknowns. Only the driver will know the right time to use it.
How can you be sure they'll live long enough to make that call?
The ARC device has been transmitting data every single second since it was installed. Every drop of fuel, every spark plug that car's lit, I have on record.
You've been running an experiment this entire time, with the driver as the guinea pig.
The mere act of being alive is the biggest experiment of all, dear.
Is that another one of Alan's sayings?
That one's all mine. Driver, we've seen that car protect you this entire time. It's triggered a gateway in your time of need. It's ferried you back to the garage through every circumstance and obstacle and bump in the road. So we can trust that it'll protect you long enough to get you away from whatever and wherever you end up.
Still sounds like a heavy dose of blind faith to me.
Could be. Oh, there's one last part to this, and it's waiting for you back at the auto shop. Take your time. Enjoy the view.
No, I was just leaving. Oops. Car wasn't in drive, but I was turbo boosting. Well, that's a telephone pole. I almost left the zone with no damage, but now both my headlights are damaged. No, I missed. Let's try that again. What? Come on, I'm like sitting in it. Hello? Oh god, I'm now stranded on top of a rock. Third time's a charm? I've never had this problem. Luckily, the storm's taken a while to come in. Alright, there we go. Is that a new song? No, it isn't. I just don't like it, so I always skip it. Yeah, even Yoda doesn't like it. He barked. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive, which will stream live on Twitch April 26th and April 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow drivers.